soon after the call, I'm gonna hit the sauna, and then it's gonna be some healthy soup, cozy evening, swim in the lake, stars most likely.
Brother, we're getting
Yeah,
you
good.
we're gonna get you a bus rocket.
Fuck yeah, man, let's go. Let's
We're gonna
fucking
make it Sagita, and there's gonna be an ant, eagle, and rocket on the side.
fuck yeah. Now we're talking. Let's go, man. Now we're talking. We're spinning the world. Fuck yeah, man. I started dreaming about it. I'm like, okay, I need to have a guest room in case you come or somebody else comes. It has to be with slide outs. Like fucking yeah, let's go. Let's make this happen.
It's gonna be like a airplane, except
Yeah,
a coach bus.
a coach. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Maybe double deck.
Double decker would be even cool, but then you might have some issues with the bridges. You never know. So
True, 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 true. You know what's cool? I have a C license, so I can drive those machines.
yeah, I know you can. You can fly any rocket, bro. It's very clear. You're the
Let's play. Let's fucking do this. Yeah,
Chris.
like as I told you, I was searching for a land, and then when the land starts coming, or not the land, but like the house for winter, I start feeling that I cannot commit for it. I start feeling that I know it was last week, and now it becomes clearer why. Because there is a mission. There is a mission. I can't fucking say. Hey, Christine,
Hello.
welcome to the lighthouse.
Hello.
Good to see you. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. How are you?
I'm so blessed. I feel so excited and grateful. Wow, I can't even tell you all the magic that's happening. I mean, I can tell you, but there's just I'd be talking for the whole hour. So, uh,
It's
Eric
awesome.
wake wake Eric wakes up for a meeting and goes to sleep after a meeting. Seems like. How many meetings do you have a day? Maybe 20?
yeah, I'm basically on here from this morning. I had a meeting early, like at 1:30 in the morning with people from London. Uh,
Wow.
and then I went to sleep at 3:30 in the morning, but then I woke up again because we had meetings at 8 o'clock as well. So, I mean, it's as it goes. But the point is that this is really my mission is to be able to communicate. So I have to communicate as
Mm.
possible, as much as possible. And so,
I'm
yeah.
curious if you manage to take care of yourself? Do you still exercise? Do you go to a gym? Do you do it like because otherwise you're gonna have blisters on your ass?
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah. Of course. Yeah, so every day I go hit the gym. Every single day in
amazing.
the evening, I go hit the gym, the sauna. I also dance, so I go dancing twice a
Mm.
week. I'm learning ballet,
Huh?
uh, which I really
Of
enjoy.
course, of course, your body is completely made for it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I really love it. It's something that since I was a little boy, actually, I danced Polish dancing, but it's very ballet oriented. And ballet, there's a level of such wisdom and prestige in the setting of the being able to connect with the arms and the body, such a level of embodiment and precision. And I really love that. I think there's such grace in it. So for me, uh, yeah, I practice that, and I want to learn how to also dance bachata because I love dancing. I'm a dancer.
Mm,
Um,
that's cool.
yeah. So I definitely make time because it's important. Yesterday I spent the evening with my father. It was really beautiful. We not kind of, we celebrated. Uh, and then I met this beautiful woman. Uh, I went to go buy shoes because I wanted to go buy new shoes. and this beautiful woman, and I had such a good connection with her, but I didn't say anything. I don't know why. And my dad was like, "Why didn't you say anything?" She was looking at you like she was staring into a picture.
Oh,
And yeah, it was, and I was like, I don't know why. And I like froze up, and I don't know. It was just like something stopped me. Anyways, I went back, and I ended up asking because I didn't see her. I was like, "Hey, where's that lady? I really wanted to talk to her." I talked to the manager. I was like, "Where's this lady that was sitting here or standing here when I checked out?" And she's like, "Oh, she's in the back." And I said, "Hey, like I'd really love to talk to her. I really felt connection with her. I don't know. I just want to give her my number." And she went back, and then she came back out and said, "No, she says she doesn't really want to connect." And I said, "Wow." I said, "Wow, I totally read that wrong." However, what I realized is that you don't know how that translation had happened from her to her, so it doesn't matter. Like the experience was a lesson for me in terms of when I feel that immediate connection to
Mm.
really lean into that right away. And it was a beautiful experience because it gave me like, it was like I couldn't step in the river twice. That moment kind of it happened, and
Mm.
it did, and it went away. And being so like expressive, and being so vulnerable, and going to like just following that feeling, and then learning that, hey, oh, that it didn't work out the way that I had hoped. It was the greatest lesson because it gave me the ability to recognize next time that happens, that feeling, just step right into it, just go.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was the greatest anchor for me because it taught me so much about when I'm going to
Mm.
meet that woman. I'm gonna know right there in that moment. And in that
Mm.
moment, you need to say something. In that moment, you need to feel it. In that
Not
moment,
to,
you need to
I, I.
yes. In that moment, I thank you. In that moment, I need to feel it. In that moment, I need to remember it. In that moment, I need to take action. And I really learned that. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. I love you.
mm,
Yeah, man. It definitely. That's we're talking about immediacy here, seems like,
mm,
and that's is like it's not possible to turn time back in those moments. Kind of, if it went, it went. Then it
Yeah.
comes from head, like
Yeah.
then it's a heady thing, and if it's I'm gonna repeat what you said to some people, in the calls. If it's meant to happen, it's gonna happen. So it doesn't matter,
Definitely.
even if it's the same woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
Christine,
because you don't know what her
sorry.
story, you don't know what was going on in her head. You know what I mean? She could have experienced that with you and got scared as fuck, right? And then just that point in time of whatever it was that lapsed, whether it was an hour or 15 minutes or whatever it was, to be like, oh my gosh, freaking out. So then when that woman went back, yeah, you also don't know what she said, and it could have been just her oh my gosh, this is scary and kind of thing. So
It could be a test. It could be a test. I'm like, no, this time I'm not gonna show up. Let's see if he's a serious actor here and he's gonna show up again. Like
yeah,
it's a woman, huh? Like there's many many many
Christine, what do
ways.
you think? What do you think? I'm curious to know your thoughts.
it was a good test for me.
No, based off of what he just said.
Uh,
Tactical move.
yeah,
That's what I said.
I think if I would say if it's like if she's still on your mind and like your body's still, man, I really didn't think I read that wrong. I thought that I was right. I
Yeah.
think it's worth another try.
Fuck yeah! I say the same. That's the only way to figure it out, bro. There is no other way. The rest is an assumptions. That's the only way.
Yeah. Yep.
We can,
I love
turn it left and right here. We can talk about it 5 days if you want. It doesn't matter. There is only one way to figure it out. To feel the ocean is to jump in the ocean.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Go
How
back to
you
the
been,
store.
Christine?
Go back to
How
the
you been?
store and pretend like I'm gonna buy something again.
You will figure it out, man. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, it was special. It was special. Special.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was asking Christine, how you been?
good.
What's on your heart?
What's in my heart? Wow.
Mm.
I've been doing, man, just when I think I can't do any more, like any deeper work, I do deeper work. So it's crazy. It's just crazy at how much inner, deep work that I'm doing. It's exciting. Like I'm definitely, I feel, I feel like so much in my body right now. And it's like really because I've been doing a lot of experimenting around clean energy and king
Well
energy.
done.
And like it's like, I feel like it's so close. I can just taste it. You know what I mean? I feel like all these paths are starting to come together like in a funnel, like narrowing in like a funnel does. And I realized this week that it was like cool because Tony talks about stories and our hallucinations. And I realized through some program that I'm in as I'm listening to her talk, because she gave us a practice to do last week. And I was doing it every day and it was coming fairly easy. We were supposed to do 7 minutes of journaling of like the king's provision. So somebody asked for a journal prompt, which was, what is the king's provision for me today? And it was coming really easy every day. Something new and different would come. And then later that day, something would come to validate or reinforce what the download was. And then we had class on Wednesday, and she was talking about every single point that was coming up for me the prior 7 days of what provision looks like. So it's kind of like, wow, like my body, like innately, like I know what that is, even though I didn't experience it with my father. My father was not a great father. He wasn't a great husband. So then that created a story, which then the men I dated reinforced what I learned with my father for a very long time. So to then get these beautiful downloads of, I already know what it is, even though I didn't experience it, because it kind of goes to that, like the DNA in us, like the DNA in men really is to provide and protect. Like that's their DNA. Just like the DNA in women, like they know what, they might not have experienced it, but they know what a beautiful masculine human being is. So what I was saying earlier, they might meet one like Eric and be, holy shit, and be scared, of it. Yet they know what it looks like. They really do, even if they haven't experienced it. So I realized this week that I have, and I have all my whole life, have had such really beautiful, amazing men in my life to be like witnesses and examples of like how the healthy masculine shows up, whether it's like my cousin or like I have a friend that I've been friends with since I was 14. Just watching him like with his wife and how he is with me and like you guys and guys I bike with, like I have really a lot of men that can be these examples for me to finally feel in my body, like, don't be afraid of it. You're worthy of it and just don't be afraid. Like it's going to happen and you're deserving. So that's been really cool because I've been spending so much time, I feel, and trying to get there. And I feel like this week it all kind of came together in this like knowing in my body. Like I can do the Tony stuff and come up with new stories or, like that's more in my head. This was actually embodying it to like feel the confidence or the certainty of like, yes, it's definitely happening and there. And so that was really cool. It was like this nice cherry on top. I love it. And then it's just cool to watch because I started finally job searching and just, yeah, the beautiful experiences that are happening. Like it's exciting. Like I'm finally having excitement happening and like I feel good with my purpose and like it just feels like it's all kind of aligning up, which is fun. And I go to Peru in another week, so I'm super excited for that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Peru.
you look very, if I can my share, you know, you look very clean, energetic. Like it seems then I remember it from the first call, you look very worried,
Mm.
like, and now you're like in dignity, if that's the like integrity, like
Mm.
you're like centered.
Mm. Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful to
I
see that.
received that. Thank you. Yeah, I really got into a place. If you would have told me this, gosh, maybe even at Fiji, if you would have told me I would have said this, I would have kind of laughed. I really hold men in such high reverence. Like I truly feel that, think that, like it's just in all of me where I finally have gotten to a point where I really love men. And yeah, there's some men out there that are jerks, that are wounded and, you know, their behavior might not be the best. And I've been on the other end of that, unfortunately, in the past. Yet, for the most part, generally speaking, I do believe men are doing the best they can. Like I believe we all are, but I feel like women just observing how women can be with men. And I used to be one of those women, unfortunately, that would kind of emasculate men in the past at times. Like women or men really are just doing the best they can, you know, and like a lot of times men want to please women, but they don't know half the time what that is because when they're partnered, most of the women don't tell their men. So how the hell are they supposed to know? You know, it's like give them a break, help them out and communicate and be vulnerable. And yeah, so I just like just hold men so with such high reverence and just love you guys. And but you two make it easy. But you two really do make it easy to love you. But I mean just in general.
We love you too, and we're so grateful. Really,
Thank you.
it's so nice to hear this wisdom and grace, and we're really excited. I feel like we're big kids, the biggest kids, in fact, and I feel super inspired every day when being in this type of energy versus the energy of fear and uncertainty. You know, I can show up in major meetings with anybody in this energy and make it fun for everyone. And this, I think, is like the greatest power from my perspective, because everyone then feels, and this is the feedback that I've been getting, like from everybody after yesterday's big meeting, was it's fun. You are fun. And it's not when we take ourselves so seriously that we actually let go of the goodness that's available. And I think most men perceive that they need to take themselves extremely seriously. And I'm not saying that being serious is bad, because serious, there's a component there where the serious is actually so profound in those moments of intensity where you have to be. However, when you're really playing on the playground and you're doing the things you love, when you're like finding the solution, putting the pieces together, creating, when I'm doing this, when I'm putting the solutions together, playing on the playground and putting all the pieces together, this to me is like the most exciting part. And I find it so much of a joy. I find it so much of a gift
Mm,
to utilize this playground that we call planet Earth in a way that is creative, is sustainable, is powerful, and it does true good for this planet. It makes me so fulfilled. It makes me feel so aligned. It makes me feel so connected to our universe and every person that's in that room because I know that we are doing this as a mission for a common purpose. And I
mm,
feel inspired because everyone at the table, they see me and
mm.
they feel me and they recognize me as a leader and they don't choose to say, hey, this is somebody that uh, is doing this for himself. They choose to see that we're doing this as a team, and that's what I feel super inspired about.
Yeah, that comes through for sure. Everything that you said, that permeates all of your being. And I think it's oh, what's the word? It is contagious. It can't
It
like it
is.
can't help but be anything other than contagious.
I remember Eric once told me, where were we? I don't know, somewhere. We were going, maybe I don't know, maybe in Brazil. He was like going to barber, and then he was like, "Well, kings doesn't shave their birds themselves. They go to barbers." And since then, I have a difficulty do it. Well, I had a difficulty do it with my beard to shave it myself. I was like, "Fuck, man! I have that energy now. Like, I need to go to barber."
What have you been
I
up
love,
to? So
say again.
good.
But it,
I was just asking Sigatos what he was up to, but finish what you were going to say, please.
what I
I
was
was
up
just
to,
gonna I was just
I
gonna
said,
say, all I was gonna say before you go, Sagitas, was I find that when we go to a barber as men, for me, I find that I feel extremely relaxed and like having that experience of really being groomed and supported and looking beautiful. Uh, and honestly, I don't even talk to anybody. I'm totally silent. My eyes are closed. I'm like, and the barber, he allow like they don't even talk to me. They try, but I don't. I don't. I mean, I'm very short because I really love that space of deep presence
Mhm.
with myself, and it's amazing because I find it's like a meditation, and yeah, I feel like this is something that really puts me into a different space every single time. By the way, I just love
I
it.
can
So
I can I can totally relate to that, brother. It's somehow like being held,
Mm.
yeah,
being taken care of when another man is dancing around the neck with a sharp knife, and it's just like, yeah, let's go.
yeah,
Beautiful. Yeah,
Vulnerable, right? With that
yeah,
knife by you.
yeah.
yeah.
What did you wanted to ask, Christine?
What's going on with you?
What's
What's going on with you? What have you been up to? What have you been doing?
I've been I've been yesterday. I have a rocket here in the car. I don't know if you can see. I've been yesterday with the rocket into. I went to the little town square. Well, I don't know, the town square, and I was collecting dreams. And it's like the rocket has a little door where you can write on the paper. and throw in your dream or wish or whatever. So I was collecting those. I'm living in some kind of unknown, and at the same time also being guided by the universe. So it's like, to answer what I'm up to, whatever's in the front of me, I deal with that. Raising my energy. I've been having a very down spiral the last week. It seems like I reached some kind of rock bottom. And I was going bunkers literally inside, and so now I'm going upwards. And remember this morning about affirmations to myself, affirming like that I am light, I'm love, I am health, I'm light again. So I'm kind of these um, remembering these affirmations to myself and remembering who I am, because I've been forgotten, like literally. In that negative spiral, I was completely, my mind was very negative, and towards myself mainly. A lot of judgments, a lot of uncertainty, a lot of fear, insecurity. So coming back and enjoying that, finding the bliss again, finding the harmony and coherence between mind and heart, and remembering that it takes work in these kind of moments. Meditation, and even now before this call, half an hour, maybe 15 minutes ago, I noticed that I'm again going into that negativity and low frequency. Maybe not negative, maybe it's a low frequency. And the pattern is like, oh, I should stay there. Kind of like, it's difficult to remember when it starts going down for me still, that I have a tool, that I have an acknowledge, that I have awareness to pick it up. And I was just driving the 15 minutes before the call, and I was just blah 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 blah, like driving and singing through the forest, and manually pulling myself up from that. So this is where I am now. I need to put energy to bring myself up, to put myself up, and in vibration. Yeah, that's what's going on. That's where I am. And also after yesterday's journey or venture in the town square with the rocket, I was sitting in the meeting and at the same time in the town square with the rocket, and then we all got this excited idea, that how about we do that bigger, like we do that as a mission, as a lighthouse community. So I would travel through the Europe with the rocket and collect dreams, and then burn the rocket, release or into the space, but on the mission to remind people about dream together. Because I notice a lot of people when I ask, like, hey, there is a dream rocket here, and we need it's fueled by dreams and wishes, and a lot of quite a few people were saying, no, I don't have dreams, I don't know, dreams will never gonna come true, and it's pretty painful to hear that from the children. I'm gonna be honest, like, is when the children are saying, I don't have a dream, I don't want a dream, I don't need, that tells me something. And it feels awesome to be that person, to be that Sigitas that sits in a square and inspires people to remember, to dream. Like some people even came and asked, does this cost? And I'm like, I hope not. I really am gonna do everything so it's not gonna cost, like fuck that shit. Um, so yeah, it's beautiful and inspiring to me and energizing. And so universe is shifting. Universe has a great plan. I don't know. I'm continuing living in the unknown. I'm excited, happier, healthier. Yeah. And also, I can continue to talk for another 2 hours here, but it's a lot of fun to step into my role, which is visionary counselor as well, with and support businesses to remain in alignment, people to remain in alignment, and help unconditionally, completely. That serves me, that serves others. And it seems like I don't need to know anymore how I'm gonna be taken care of, because I always was back. So yeah, I'm kind of stepping into more and more into that power of owning. For some reason, I wanna call it my weirdness, my weird, because I judged that as a weird. So I'm stepping more into my scarier parts for me, or that it used to be scary. That is to go out in the public, to go out in the city and bring the rocket on my shoulders, and then ask people for dreams. It took me a month to prepare mentally, and I was pushing that far away until I couldn't anymore. Until the universe was talking so directly to me that, bro, like, are you gonna live in the regret, or are you gonna do it? Are you gonna do it now? I was literally, before I went to city, I was listening to Wayne Dyer, and Wayne Dyer was messages just like, are you gonna die with regret? And I'm like, no, 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 no. Okay. I paused the video, I packed myself, and I went to the town square. So yeah, it's a lot going on, and at the same time, it's a lot of um, being. That's what I feel is my being, my way of being right now. Is not doing. I don't do. It's not doing me. It's not me doing. Going with the rocket there. It's me being there. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
if that makes sense.
I love that. I love that idea of the rocket fueled by the dreams. And, I'm a big believer in planting of the seeds. So when you mentioned even kids or people saying, well, I don't have dreams, I don't want to dream, I don't believe in dreaming, I'm afraid to dream, that's not going to happen. I think just you asking the question is planting of the seed. And for
Yeah.
them, that subconsciously, it might just
Yeah.
be that their soul will start with that. And hopefully, or not hopefully, I believe it will rise something up in them. So I think that's beautiful to be like you're being the light in the world, a light in the world.
Yeah.
You both are. But it's awesome to watch you stepping into that and with such confidence and belief
Yeah.
and feeling it. I love that.
And
I
fun
really
is beautiful. People are taking care of me. Like, I got a chocolate, I got a pastry somebody brought. It's like, that's what I haven't even expected, or like,
Mhm.
so sweet. Thank you. Yeah, Eric, what
Mhm.
did you want to
That's
share?
fun.
I just want to highlight too that, at a very difficult time in my life, this man was able to help me discover a lot of parts of myself. It was a challenge, and it was that time in my life where I really was surrendering completely, and I mean surrendering to whatever the outcome the outcome was. and that means, you know, allowing death or whatever the universe wanted me to experience. And I still, by the way, allowed myself to experience the depth of going into challenge, into an experience that, you know, would have taken maybe some people to a different understanding, or maybe but this man, like, he reached out in the perfect time in my life, and we've been friends for so many years, and we reconnected at this specific moment in time where it's like he was aware of what I needed, and um it was beautiful because the universe really guided us back to each other without needing to do anything. It was like, hey man, I'm in Portugal. Oh, I'm going to Portugal to do free diving. Amazing, you know, and still allowing the experience and trusting in that experience of me needing to go through the free diving experience and the depth of it, and the experience of it. And then after that whole experience, Sagita's then meeting my instructor, and then them talking about the depth of where I went, and how I just been always nurtured and always supported. Um, it was really, for me, profound, because you realize that these guides, these angels, these brothers and sisters, they're always there for you when you need it most, when you're just completely in that place of,
I.
yeah, I really, thank you. I really realize that these angels, these guides, this experience are always there when I need the most, and when I'm in that level of depth where complete, not no fear, uh and still there's always somebody there that guides me to back to the power. And it was a profound experience. It was a profound calling back to, and this is the light that you know Sagitas has nurtured and supported in me to continue to come out and just be even more powerful, even more determined. Thank you, brother.
Honor. It's definitely, it's true honor, and it's honor to witness all of that and continue thrive together and continue explore, step in the unknown, share the adventure. Yeah, I don't know, Christine, if you know, but me and Eric, we were having these calls for since April,
Mm.
daily.
I didn't know
Some few days off there and there, but mainly daily. So we literally experiencing something, that long thread it's building. We track each other's
that.
experiences, even though we are separate in distance, but we still
Mhm,
keep, maintain that daily connection,
mhm,
care, love.
mhm.
So
That's good.
it's very inspiring, these calls, what we discovered, to have this daily calls. And we would, maybe first 1 or 2 months, we wouldn't have people in the calls. We would just, me and Eric. Um, we would just talk. 1 hour, we said, it's our time, that's it. we scheduled for a whole infinite calendar, and now is more and more people joining, and it's shifting where it needs to go, and now it's a lighthouse. And yeah, and I was thinking about, would be inspiring, I feel, for me to start doing these kind of calls for amber burn community here in Lithuania, because it's becoming dark evenings, to have that daily check-ins for communities, and then maybe at some point we bridge communities, doesn't matter, right? But like to maintain this daily connection with the community, just with zero agenda. We don't have agenda with Eric,
Mhm.
nada. Everything is a side effect.
Yeah,
That
it's good.
no, please.
I'm in a lot of different communities, and I was on this call this week. They were doing a 5-day free masterclass on feminine leadership, embodying feminine energy and leadership, which is what I feel my purpose is. And they were starting the class, and they'll say, "Where's everybody from across the world?" Right? And I've never been on a call where anybody was really that close to me. And this week, they said Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, which is literally 25 minutes from me. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not a unicorn, because I feel like such a unicorn where I live. It's very, like, just a lot of people, um, are in the matrix, and just we just don't have people that I know of around here that do the things that I do. So I was like, oh, okay. I'm like not alone. There are people around here. It was just so simple yet um so encouraging of, okay, like within my proximity, because it's so online. Like everybody's online right now that's I don't know, kind of in my frequency, I feel. I don't know people around here that are in my proximity that are also in my frequency yet. So that was like encouraging. So when you talk about what you just said around getting people like within your country and your town and stuff, I love that, because support is like support community, like that's what it's really about, right? And going back to like that whole planting of the seed. I mean, if people don't know what they don't know, and if they start to hear things, I mean, if people would have said to me a couple years ago that I would be doing the things that I'm doing now, I would have laughed, because I just never would have thought I would have been doing it. But it just took being in proximity when COVID happened, that a platinum partner decided to start an online group, and he happened to be in Salt Lake City, which is where I was for the winter. And he did a retreat, and I wasn't buying into the whole isolation, not being around people. So when he decided to do an in-person retreat, I'm like, I'm going, because I'm in Salt Lake City. And then that's like just was a catalyst for everything into where I am. So if you did something like that, the impact could just be massive and could be profound. What you could start. Like then I don't even know what's bigger than a lighthouse. It would be bigger than a lighthouse, right? What you would start. That's what I see with your vision, with your vision that's just starting. That's how big I see it.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel and I mean, it's the concept is proving itself.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just multiply, do it, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but it doesn't matter the outcome, right?
Right.
It's again like, if what's if not doing, it's a regret.
Right. That's what it's about, right? Paying attention to what's in us and what's trying to be birthed within us, and then feeding that. Live life with no regrets.
Hmm. This is so beautiful, because it's not just you, but so many people are saying the same thing, and it's amazing. Um, with regards to creating these events and experiences. And I just actually was invited to now be one of the platinum sponsors at in Dubai for a really main event, and one of the key speakers to share what we're doing on a global level with energy and light. So really, and then the organizers want to continue to grow together in a big way. So I love that you're sharing this because it's literally manifesting itself. And I'm sensing, the capacity in which it is growing is way beyond my own understanding. I'm just the a vessel that gets to kind of hold that frequency, and then as a result really shine it on everyone around, and that's included and that's involved. And this is something that I'm really becoming even more aware of, because the consistency in the way that the communication is happening with Dubai or in London or in different areas around the world, uh, and the requests that are coming regularly, I'm so grateful for. And I find that as a result of us doing it as a team, all of us, we are doing all of our parts, and what's going to happen in this next 30 days, uh, I really have no idea, but I'm so excited. And it's there, it's set into motion, that's what's really profound. It's set into motion. It's making it happen, and we're making it happen. So, but yeah, the events is a must, and the retreats is a must, and the experience is a must. And so we can all continue to navigate in different areas of the world and move from one place to the next, and support each other everywhere, and really pop up wherever we need to. I just feel, yeah, really blessed that we get to do this all together. I'm very grateful.
Yeah, one of the groups I'm in, it's with a coach and she's doing a program. So there's only 6 of us in the program. 5 women, 1 man, 1 male. And he's been really struggling for the past couple of months, doesn't know what his purpose is, and extremely empathetic. And I was sharing with him at the end, like he couldn't even really do the practice in the past month or 2. It's just so sad to watch, because he hasn't even been talking in our weekly group sessions. He just kind of will type instead of even speaking, because he's just that shut down. And at the end, when we were sharing our takeaways, I had said, because everybody, knows what I've been really focused on for the past couple of months. And I was thanking him for just being such an example of what embodied, healthy, masculine was. Because when I first met him, the very first meeting we had, we were just introducing ourselves, I felt how special he was. And I didn't know anything about him. And I hadn't even really experienced him yet. But yet I did, because, right, he's showing up on the call. So, I mean, that initial meeting with somebody, within seconds, we're experiencing people, right? So I was experiencing him, and just how grounded and present he was. And I said to him, I wish for just 30 seconds, if it was possible, he could come into my being, into my existence, and see himself through my eyes. And the coach had said, perfect segue, Christine, because that was actually what I was going to have you guys do for the week as your integration practice, is to view yourselves every day through the eyes of somebody who loves you, because we can all be so hard on ourselves or not see the beauty in what we're doing, or just see the impact. But listening to you both and what you were just saying, Eric, I think it can be challenging, and like we probably never really know the impact that we have on people, right? It's like probably impossible to truly see the effect that we have on another human being, or just in this universe, right? We could say good or bad, unfortunately, right? So that's why I try to, like, my whole thing this summer has been love and acceptance. Try to just live in that from the heart and love and acceptance, because I don't want something that I say to negatively impact somebody and be the wrong seed that is growing in somebody, right? I want, if I'm planting seeds, it to be just beautiful, bountiful seeds, But yeah, I think listening to what you're both saying, I'm able to see and even then, I still don't think I can fully see it, right? But I'm able to see like this immense impact that you both have, and just how much it's going to change the world and change the universe and change the trajectory for like where our planet is going. I wish we were all able to see ourselves, or get a glimpse from the universe of like what our impact is. Wouldn't that be helpful? Like for me, that would be so helpful. Can you just show me for 10 seconds
Yeah.
what I'm doing and how it's impacting? Please.
Do you really would like to see that?
I would. Yeah, I would. But yeah, probably I think I'd like to see the positive and the negative, just because if there's some way that I'm doing any destruction or something, I'd want to course correct that.
Yeah,
I don't
I was
want
like
that.
thinking. While listening to you, I was thinking about that the butterfly effect, right? As you said, like for me,
Right.
like yesterday, just asking the question about the dream, and doesn't matter about the answer. Doesn't matter, Maybe that's the one that is gonna,
Right.
trigger, tickle, and ripple.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know.
Mm-hmm. Well, I
That's
know,
what I'm
right?
saying. Like, one thing I would like to share that I observed, and about the purpose. A lot of people talk, or spiritual adventure when I was going through, a lot of that community talks about the purpose. What's your purpose? You have to find your purpose. And at some point, fairly not so long time ago, I realized that it's the unknown. We cannot know the purpose, because purpose is very different for it doesn't matter what I do. I cannot predict the purpose for anybody. It's going to be different purpose for what people gonna take from whatever I do. I don't know. It's impossible to somehow predict the purpose, and that's what I
Mm-hmm.
feel the spiritual community is trying to predict. What's your purpose? And that's just, it's not matching, because it's different for everybody.
Wow, that's pretty profound. I never saw it that way. Yeah, you're right.
So this is what it boils down is. It's to be, literally. That's where in being shows up. Not doing anymore, and just serving in the moment, whatever needs to be done. Because I don't know what's the as I say, as I said, like with the butterfly effect, it could be I just move one thing, and that's the biggest thing I did in my entire life or lives. I don't know. It could be just asking that question about the dream to that little boy. Like I don't know. You brought that to my kind of more awareness that asking could be just enough, and asking could be that could have been the purpose of all. And it's not for me. I don't know. and I don't have to know.
Well, yeah, and it goes back to it's like, despite what I just said, I don't know, a couple minutes ago, I'm going to rescind that because when it was when I was saying that the love and acceptance, and I just want to be putting out this good, right, and not putting out any negative. But yet, like I look at the last significant relationship I was in, it was not a good relationship. He was abusive. I thought that I knew that we had some sort of soul contract. And I mean, man, that man took me down to hell and back, like, but yet, so that he wasn't acting in love and acceptance and all the beautiful things, right? He wasn't a positive example of what healthy masculine looked like. He was exactly the opposite. Yet, by dating him, it invoked in me dark night of the soul, and I went down to the depths of hell because of being in that relationship. And that ended up being the catalyst for like my transformation journey. And that's apparently what I needed, right? Like that, I believe like that was one of the purposes of him in this lifetime was to
And that was
invoke that.
unintentional. And that was not his
Right.
intention. He didn't,
Right.
he might even not be aware, and that's so
Mhm.
that's like, imagine someone saying, my purpose is now to meet that woman and trigger the shit out of her until she's gonna go, and then she's gonna touch the rock bottom, and now
Exactly.
she's gonna go up. Like, it's like,
Yeah.
what are we talking about?
I know, right? I'm gonna break this woman.
I'm gonna break it in pieces. And that's gonna be my greatest mission.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
I think there's another layer to it, and the another layer to it is also the component of what you needed, because it wasn't the man that did anything to you, it was you doing it to yourself,
Yeah.
so that you can come out onto the other side to recognize who you truly are. And that is an emphasis of then recognizing that, what you attracted was something that was necessary
Mhm.
because it
Yeah.
was something that was inside of you so that you could heal and integrate.
So
Yeah.
that's what it
I,
boils down to, that
yeah.
we are the creators of everything what's going on.
Mhm.
That's
Mhm.
where there's no zero room for victim. All right.
Mhm.
It's because we
Yeah.
creating all of that. So it's just the way we tell the story about that man,
Mhm.
about, you know.
Mhm. Yeah, I totally own that. I've had two friends at different times, but the same messaging was, could you learn? Because I knew that I was learning lessons with him, so I'm like, I have to be in this, right? It's part of my purpose. It's part of like what I'm like. I have to experience this, and they were both challenging me and saying, but what if you could learn the same lessons with a more loving man? And I just was like, no, like I can't. That would be great, but I just don't think that's possible. I have to do it this way to learn it this way. I wish I could learn it with a more loving man. I just don't think that's possible. So I'm going to choose this path to hell.
Yeah, and then the end
Like,
is only gratitude, 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 love, 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 to all
yep,
directions, all the time, all the
yeah,
time. The rest is the
yep,
bullshit.
yeah. It was like, I'm going to love this man for it, right? Like, I hold him with like such high love. Like, I'm grateful for that experience. It sounds a bit effed up, but like, I don't know how else I would have been able to get to the other side, like to the transformation that I needed. And I'm grateful for the experience, and like what we had, like what we went through together. It's
It
like,
doesn't sound effed up at all. It sounds like grace,
mm,
uh, because you're grateful and you're applauding the experience, uh, versus blaming the experience. And that's owning it. That's taking responsibility and saying, I choose to see the lesson here, I choose to recognize the wisdom here. I choose to recognize that this was something that I cultivated. And as a result, I became the woman, the powerhouse of a woman that I am right now in this moment. Because the story could also be opposite, but you're not choosing that story. You're choosing a different story. And so that's where the magic is the choice. And you know, this is going back to the master of meaning, master of empowered meaning. This is who you become when you choose to operate from that level of awareness.
Yeah, thank you for
That's
stating
a
that.
powerful call. It feels like we didn't some in some time and energy and everything just well,
I'm so
I
grateful
love
for the
you.
two of you. I love you guys.
hey, much love and enjoy the beautiful day. And Christine, I don't know if it's a day for you or evening. And yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna go and enjoy sauna and the
Sweet
cold
Enjoy.
dreams.
lake and stars
Love
and
you both.
friendship.
Big
Sweet
love.
dreams.
Much love.
Much love.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao.